Oh, good morning, everybody. It's an early day today. I had a day off yesterday. Keto for Real Life People here. I'm trying to get this lighting really good so that it will show up. Boy, it's bright outside. You can see it's really bright behind me because we have so much snow and the sun is trying to peek out, and so it's really, really bright. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. How are you? I didn't even turn any lights on in the house. Maybe that's why I'm a little shadowy. So good morning, everybody. Keto for Real Life People here, and we are going to get started today. So I just titled this live today is Keto Sweets When Is Too Much. And I've had a few messages. I've been looking at some comments on YouTube, and there's just a few people out there. Good morning, Tony, who have some questions about keto sweets and how often should you have them, or what about the sweeteners in particular? Which ones are good, which ones are not? So today I'm just popping in, and we're just going to chat about that a little bit. First of all, let's talk about sweeteners, y'all. What type of sweeteners should you have? Now, I know I've gone over this before, but we've always got new people coming in, or sometimes we just need a refresher. So I'm just going to say this. We've got your major sweeteners that most people use on keto that are considered clean keto. Your top three would be number one, stevia is your number one choice. Why? Because it's plant derived, and it's an extract. Best in liquid form. It is, 100 times sweeter or something like that than regular sugar. I don't know the exact number, but I do know that it takes less stevia, that's why it's in drops, to sweeten something. Second sweetener, y'all, that is keto approved and considered a clean sweetener is erythritol. Erythritol is produced from plants, and it is considered a sugar alcohol. It is also zero on your glycemic index, so it does not cause an inflammatory response. And it sometimes has a cooling effect. It is way sweeter than table sugar too. So again, when you're using it, you're going to use like about 2/3 less than you normally would compared to regular table sugar. The next one on the list, hey Stella, the next one on the list is monk fruit. So that is the juice that has been extracted from the fruit itself, and then it is, powdered down, dehydrated and powdered. Again, like 600 times sweeter than regular table sugar, also zero on the glycemic index, and considered a natural sweetener. And then I'm going to throw this one in there because it's going to be, we're going to discuss it. And that is sucralose. Is it keto approved? No. Is it used a lot? Yes. It also is zero on the glycemic index. Is it an artificial sweetener? Yes, it is. So those are the majors. There's others. There's saccharins. There's, dextroses and things like that. But these are the ones that I want to talk about at the top of this live. And one person asked me this morning if, that they might have a inflammatory response towards sweeteners. And this person is also using, having sugar-free gelatins and, just sugar-free products. So my response basically, allulose, I'm so glad you said that. I don't know where my brain went. Allulose is actually a sugar, a rare sugar that is made, and it zeroes out, also zero on the glycemic index. So what is acceptable and how can you use it? And at some point, we're going to talk about when too much is too much of everything. So I just want to say this. If you think that you might have a negative response to sweeteners, whether it be in a blood sugar spike, whether it's inflammation, whether it's increasing your cravings, you can take this approach. And this is this is just what I said to this person. Isolate your sweeteners. You know, try one sweetener at a time. I would start with stevia. Personally, that would be my number one choice, believe it or not. And y'all know I'm not a huge, fan of stevia, but I'm liking it more and more. The longer I'm keto, the more I like it. But try this. Eliminate all of your other sweeteners. And I mean eliminate, whether it's through the process of getting rid of diet colas, in your sweet treats, if you're buying fat bombs or anything like that. Stick with one sweetener. And then while you're using that one sweetener, say it's to sweeten your coffee, maybe drop or two in some heavy whipping cream, monitor yourself. Pay attention to yourself. And this is good common advice, you guys, for any type of thing that you might be concerned about, any type of food you might be concerned about. But see if you do have a response. I'm going to tell you right now, over the last couple of years, you guys know that I keep a blood glucose monitor and ketone monitor. It's the Keto Mojo. And because I do product reviews and I do things like that, I am always curious as to how my blood sugar is going to respond to whatever it is I'm trying. So I have found that there are certain sweeteners that have not spiked my blood sugar in the least. As a matter of fact, there's scientific evidence out there that stevia can help keep your blood sugar stabilized. The same with monk fruit. They have actual phenols and antioxidant properties that you wouldn't even think about. Health benefits. Now, I want to be very clear here, guys. Just because I'm saying sweeteners have health benefits, I'm not advocating or saying, hey, sweets are healthy, eat them. That would be like saying, one of those commercials that tequila is good for you. I'm not saying that. But it's an interesting fact to know that there are some benefits to the type of sweetener that you are using. And if you're getting benefits, whether they're just small amount, it's a perk. All right. It's a perk. That being said, start off with the stevia. I think that is one of the best ones you can do because a little bit goes a long way. And like I said, if you're one of those kind of people who just love to sweeten that coffee in the morning, then that would be a wonderful choice. Or you like to drop it into your sweet tea. Or make sweet tea with it. So that's a great one. Then you can move on. A lot of people don't like erythritol. I'm on the fence with it. I definitely use erythritol, whether it's in the powdered form or in the granular form. But I have found that not all brands are created equal with erythritol. For instance, Swerve has some additives in there that you don't even realize. Where did I was reading something, and Swerve does have oligosaccharides and some other things, and I thought maybe that's why I don't like them. I mean, have you ever done a taste test? At one point, I had like 3 different kinds of allulose. I had the Pure brand, which was a stevia erythritol blend. I had the Swerve, and then I had the, I think it's the, Hoosier Hills, just pure erythritol blend. And it was amazing how every single time I used anything with Swerve, there's that cooling aftertaste that is off-putting to me. So not all of your brands are created equal. You might have to shop around until you find one that suits your needs. Now that I'm addressing that to someone who posted in group on Facebook saying, the cooling effect. Which sweeteners can I use that don't have the cooling effect? So I hope this helps you too if you're watching. Monk fruit is often blended with erythritol as a blend. Most of the time, even Lakanto, it says monk fruit in real big letters. But look at the ingredients on the bag, and you're going to see that the number one ingredient is erythritol. And then the monk fruit is added to it. Because I've read about monk fruit over the years. I wanted to know what it was. And it's so, a little bit goes a long way, but we could not have pure monk fruit. I'm sure you could get like drops, because I do know they make it. I've not tried them, but a lot of times it is blended, and that helps with taste. Hey, Mickey, that's my cousin. Nice to see you here, girl. Cindy says, I made a mistake using stevia in the raw. Oh, yeah, those are so bad. For years, turned it over and saw that it was mixed with dextrose. And yeah, we were going to get to that. We were going to get to the lookalikes. You know, now it's one of those things where, you know, everybody is on the keto bandwagon. Every big food company is rolling out their own version of something keto friendly. Now, stevia in the raw, that was long before us, because they came out with, you know, like even those big bags of Splendor, sugar in the raw, all of that. That is some of the crappiest stuff. I remember buying the big bag of Splendid powder flakes. Shoot, 10, 12 years ago. I was doing Atkins at the time, and that stuff was so darn gross. Why? Because it is full of garbage. They are not. And we shouldn't be having big giant bags of powdered light stuff that doesn't weigh 2 ounces. I don't know. It's very sci-fi, not natural. Let's see. Okay, so I just wanted those are your main sweeteners, guys. So we do have the allulose. That's fairly, I couldn't think of the word, fairly new. We've only been using that, let's see, I think I started using it at the end of 2018. And it was controversial, and some people still think it is. And we're going to move into this next phase. It is a rare sugar. It is derived from fruits and vegetables. It is very, very much like table sugar, but it, again, comes in 0 on the glycemic index, y'all. It does not... it's not like the other sweeteners, so it's not near sweet. So it's not even as sweet as regular sugar, whereas the other sweeteners are, you know, 100, 200, 500, 600 times sweeter than table sugar, and you use smaller amounts. Allulose, on the other hand, is probably about 75% as sweet. So if it calls for a cup of sugar, you would probably need like a cup plus a quarter, you know, in there, in the general scheme of things. I also have learned that, you know, blending your sweeteners as far as cooking processes and making things is very helpful. When I first started, I would use just one kind of sweetener. Now I kind of mix them up. So there's your types of sweeteners that you can use. I will address sucralose. Can you have it? Well, technically, if you want to eat clean keto, if you are keeping it 100% clean, and I mean 100% clean, it really just depends on the type of keto journey you're on. It really does. You can test your blood sugar. You can see if there's any adverse effects. I find that it does not mess with my blood sugar at all. As a matter of fact, I could take my blood sugar, drink a Diet Coke, and my blood sugar will be slightly lower. There has always been controversy around that because it is a chemically concocted sweetener. It's adding chloride, something or another to sugar and making it into this derivative. But all of this comes down, y'all, to how much, when, and why. I want to put this out there. I'm going to say this. All of these sweeteners, whether you're adding it just in your coffee in the morning, or whether you're making fat bombs, or whether you're baking baked goods, everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. You can eliminate things if you want to find out if you're having some sort of response to it. But if you're in a stall and you're not losing weight and you are living on artificial sweeteners, that's probably a good reason. That's probably your main culprit right there. I'm going to put it out there. I see people. I mean, I kind of have an attitude today. I'm going to just put it out there. I have an attitude today. see people in group on other people's pages, and they live on sweeteners. Sweetener in their coffee all day long. Sweetener in their tea. Sweetener, just everything is sweet, sweet, sweet. Fat bombs, desserts, just constant, I want you to know that I have never, ever promoted that lifestyle on keto. What is it that I say to everybody? Try to eat clean 5 to 6 days a week. For real, guys. 5 to 6 days a week. Eat whole foods. Enjoy your fats. Fats first, right? Enjoy your protein in moderation. Like, you don't need to have an extremely high amount of protein. Unless you are super, super active, you might need to increase your protein needs. But for the most part, we don't. You just want to focus on your good, healthy fats. You want to eat good, healthy protein. You want to eat good keto-approved vegetables, and especially in the form of leafy greens. And I always say pick your fat and then decide what to make with it. This is something I've been saying. I'm going into 4 years. Yes, I blipped last year, but I'm saying this. I still know what's right and wrong. And I encourage and really encourage everyone to just eat clean 5 or 6 days a week. Why do I create recipes then? Why do I have, sugar molds and stuff like this hanging around, candy molds? And why am I making treats if I'm saying eat 5 or 6 days a week? I'll tell you why. For the 1 or 2 nights or special occasions that you decide that you want to eat something different, I look at it like this. I made a bunch of these little treats. They were the first sweets that I made this year. The very first ones. The last one that I put up on my website was clear back in October. So I made a whole bunch of these, and I tasted them for you guys on a live. And this is just how I do. They're still in the refrigerator. I'm going to take them with me this weekend to my girlfriend's birthday gig that she's got going on. But for the most part, I don't sit around making them or eating them all the time. I just don't. I do keep an emergency stash. Sometimes I stress eat. Sometimes I get an emotional wreck, and I'm sure y'all do too, right? Linda, I'm guilty too. Many keto type treats like Chalk Zero sweeteners in my coffee. Not every day, but too often. If we were perfect people, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't even know each other. If everything was a perfect formula, guys, if everything worked out the way, the book says it should be, then none of us would even be listening to me right now, right? Because this is something I did. I took my keto journey and I put it out there and made a group into it. And you guys kind of just, tune in to see what's up with me and what I'm doing. And of course, I love doing the recipes, and I do love doing research, and I do love sharing it all. But here's the thing. It's not perfectly perfect. If it was, I would be sitting here, with some defined muscles. I'd be sitting here wearing a size 6. I'd be sitting here, just saying, follow these rules and everything will be fine. But that's not reality. Reality is not everybody loses weight the same way. Men are different from women. Younger women are different from 30 to 40-year-old women, 40 to 50 to 60-year-old women and plus. We all are different in the phases and stages of where we are and what our metabolism is doing and what our genetics are made up of. And, there's just all of this stuff. So I get a little miffy, and I know you could probably hear it in my voice because I'm just on a rant today. I'm going to tell you, I'm on a rant. I waited all day to see yesterday if it would go away, but it didn't. So here I am. You have to do what works for you. If you can get by with guzzling down bottles of sucralose every day in the form of diet cokes or syrups or whatever your poison is, and you're feeling wonderful and you love your keto journey and you're losing weight and it's all wonderful, then I applaud you and I say, good for you. Good for you. If you're over there suffering because, you only eat clean and you can't stand it when other people are eating treats because that's not the right way and it bothers you, all right, that's your style. What works for you? Me, I try to take the middle of the road approach. Really. There are days, y'all, when all I want to do is suck down Diet Cokes, eat some fruit, snack on my keto snacks. I have days like that. But then I have days at a time where I'm not even hungry. I can go 24 hours. I don't think about it. There's days that I just want real food. I don't want to see a snack anywhere in sight. I just want, it's real life. That's what my group is. I guess I'm pissy at somebody that I knocked out of the group yesterday. That's my thing, y'all. There's one person, somebody commented in there and wanted to know if I was going to be an ongoing commercial and people about me doing sweets and people doing this. And I thought to myself, oh, you're better than all that. Don't let it get to you. But I took advice from somebody yesterday. I called about it. And they said, look at all of this comment in there. Find what works. Find something useful and educational, and so that you can improve on. And then the rest of it just toss away. And, I did find some really good little nuggets in there. I do appreciate everyone, and I do appreciate good advice. I got some good insight, but certain things bothered me. I'm going to tell you, the person who posted didn't bother me a bit, but there was somebody's comment in there who's now no longer in my group that really ticked me off. Okay? What bothered me about this one person who's been in my group for years, they're passive aggressive even. They never participate. They never want to say anything unless somebody comes in there with something that's not on this person's keto approved list, and then this person would like to always point it out that it's not clean, and that this group that I run is definitely not a clean group. It's very dirty, lazy keto, and I felt like that's an insult. I just want to let you guys know I appreciate y'all very, very much. I would say that 99.9% of every person that comes into this group has been the most wonderful experience, kind, supportive of one another, supportive of me. You just great. But there's always those few that tick me off. And if I don't get it out of my system, so be it. I'm going to explode. So I got to. So this person who wants to say that they only come to my group for the occasional good recipe. That's what did it for me, y'all. I'm just going to say it. That's what did it for me. Get out. That's my look. If you don't like our group, get out. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you're only here because you get an occasional good recipe from me, I don't need you. Go find somebody else's recipe. Go find somebody else's website. There's plenty of other people out there doing what I do. There's plenty of other people out there creating their own recipes and got their own cookbooks and do all that stuff. To me, that was like a slap in the face. I'm a type of person who says this, whether it's Keto Chow Month for me, I'm not an ongoing commercial. I've never said you have to do this. There are certain people out there on the internet running their mouth every day saying, oh, look here, buy this to get this. Start with your morning and buy this coffee product to lose weight, and then fill your morning in with this to lose weight, and then add this to your dinner to lose weight. There's one particular person who I cannot stand who does that. I've always said this. I use products. I have companies who send me products. I make money and get help pay my bills by certain products. But there's one thing that I do not do, and I never have done. And I can honestly say this. You don't need it. I've always said you can eat whole foods, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and you will be perfectly fine. You don't need, what is it Dr. Berry says? No powders, potions, serums, or anything like that. You'll never see my name or face on a powder, potion, or serum. Well, you probably won't see mine on there either, because I might like a keto product, and I might share a keto product. At no point are you obligated to buy said product, nor are you have to. This particular month, I'm featuring it. It's 28 days. I've been doing my keto thing. I'm trying to be creative because it does get really difficult sometimes to keep things fresh and motivated. If it was just me on my journey, I just do whatever, right? But I'm not alone on my journey. You're on your journey. We are on a journey together. And so I try to think of things. It keeps me motivated. Trying to figure out every day, what are you going to eat today? What's going to be different today? Sometimes it gets to me anyway. So I did say that I was going to do 28 days of keto chow, but at no point did I ever, and I am still telling you, you don't have to. You don't need it. You don't have to buy it. If you like it, and I do know there are people out there just like me who love it, just love it. We love our keto chow. So for those who love it. For those who don't. But please don't come in there and say that I'm a walking, talking commercial and that's all I do. And is she going to keep doing that? No. It hurts. I got a guy over here saying, "Ooh, you gained tons of weight," blah, 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 And I was able to respond with kindness because I'm just like, he's an asshole and I don't even know who he is. But I feel like I know the people in this group. And I know, I kind of feel like I'm preaching at the choir. I feel like every person in here who watches me faithfully aren't the people I'm talking about. But the other ones who pop in and scroll through, and all they are seeing, they're not watching the videos. They're not actively participating, because I guarantee you, if they were watching the content that I'm putting out, the lives that I've been doing day in and day out, then they would honestly know that, hey, she's not going to do this forever. This is not her new thing, and she's not making me buy it. But hey, I don't want to watch all that. I'm just going to say, geez. I feel it going out now. I feel it flowing out. Thank you, Gianna. Thank you, guys. I can see there's comments rolling, and I don't get upset very often. And if I do get upset, I call, but sometimes I feel like I have to just put it out there. I don't feel like I should have to defend it. And that's why I said, keto sweets, what's too much? What's too little? It was commented on that all I ever do is chips and crackers and sweets. And I thought, wow, really? Not true. That's just not true. I do everything. I do everything from basic pot roasts and stuffed mushrooms to, what was it? We did a casserole last week, a loaded cauli mac. Excellent. And even during that live, I said, I'm using keto chow, but you don't have to. Ta-da! Done. All right, guys. So when it comes to this, I know that I went off. I was going to try not to, but I know that I did. When it comes to things like keto foods, keto sweets, moderation, that's common sense. Common sense. We all know that in every aspect of our life, whether it is from the sweets we eat to the non-sweets to everyday living, everything is supposed to be in moderation. Because when you are out of balance, when you are way over here, it's not healthy, nor over here is it healthy. So those of you who love living on your sweets, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you. It's not my business. And it's not anybody's business. If you want to share every day that you love your sweets and this is where you are and you're happy in your little world, great. Now, if you do pop off and say, I can't figure out why I'm not losing weight, hello, Take a look. Take a look. On the other hand, you're way over here depriving yourself all the time, maybe even not eating enough. There's so many people out here, they're like, you know what, I've got so much control that I'm going to keep everything down here on this. I'm going to intermittent fast. I'm going to OMAD it. I'm not, and then I'm going to maintain it for so long. And again, you know what? If that's what you like to do, do it. But really, the place that you want to be in is right smack dab in the middle. You want to be in that place of moderation. Hey, I'm going to eat this wonderful fatty meal right here with some eggs and some avocado and some bacon and some butter. And, I'm just going to enjoy it. And life is going to be good. And then, maybe tonight I'll have some, pork chops and green beans. It'll be great. And you know what? I might have one or two little fat bombs while I'm watching a movie with my husband. That's great. It's called moderation. Moderation is very hard, Linda. It's so hard times, but yes, see, it is difficult. I read so many sides, so many comments, and I know that, people will watch the replay and I'll get all the notifications. So I'm seeing the whole rounded out look of what everybody's saying, but I'll tell you this, there will be somebody who says, I can't do it. I cannot have sweets. I can't, because if I do, I'm going to go down a road that I can't come back from. It starts me going down this thing. You know what? I'm the type of person who can relate to that person 100%. Sometimes it gets away from me. Is it a stage or a phase? Like anything? Like for a while, I'll be like, I just want a snack. But then I'll turn around and I'll go through a stage where I don't want snack. It's called real life, Bernice. It's called real life. You're so real and you shouldn't have to defend yourself. She should move on to what she approves of. A lot of people would have not been real with their weight gain. Life is a journey of ups and downs, and those of them that haven't had any downs yet will just wait. You are real. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bernice. I mean, that kind of sums it up, y'all. I'm real in the sense that I have feelings too. I would love feedback. All right. I think it's a wonderful thing to have. Positive criticism is wonderful. Negativity, I don't care who you are. When you're out there just, putting it out there to hurt somebody, maybe it's unintentional too. I'm not, like I said, I'm not upset about the post. It was that one person. And there's a couple of people that said some things that, I could debate those things. But, overall, I would love it if somebody who had a concern about me personally, like Nancy, I see you're doing a lot of Keto Chow commercial or Keto Chow videos. Are you going to keep doing them? Because, I'm just curious. I'm not following along with those. I'm definitely, that's the question. You ask me personally. You can put it down publicly too. You don't have to message me. Nancy, tag me. Are we going to keep doing this? Or did I miss something? Just, I'm going to go on this person's group and just blast a little bit, It just struck me wrong. So we're going to move forward. Everything in moderation, y'all. I have told you guys that I have 9 recipes to release to you. We have done, let's see, we've done the cauli mac. We did the cheeseburger soup. We've done the frozen yogurt. We did the chocolate strawberry truffles. So, I mean, we are coming right on along here every week. And so far, I mean, it's good. And we still have half a month to go. And I'm still putting this out there because that's what I decided to do this month for you guys. Keto Chow, recipes, Valentine's Day. It's keeping me on my toes and keeping me busy. But I hope that you appreciate it. Yeah, there you go, Karen. Isn't that is I call that the Bambi quote or the thumper. Love from the movie Bambi. Linda says, I find nothing wrong in anything I've seen watching you for the past 3 years. It's all about your journey. Well, I appreciate y'all. I know that you guys, like I said, I know that you guys are loving, supporting people, and I appreciate it. But part of me says, maybe this today will be the day that this person who had this to say or that to say will take a look and watch this. So, and anybody else who, for future reference, I mean, honestly, if we get any new people in here, like if this is your first time on YouTube watching, welcome. Sorry it's like this, but hey, it is what it is. All right. So I'm working on another recipe that I'm just going to put it there. I'm not sharing it. I'm not sharing it yet. I'm just going to say that, but I want to let you know about it. And I've mentioned it. There we go. I'm going to get to that comment in just a minute, Nancy. So I have been working on a cracker recipe. And that was mentioned too in that one slew of steps. Whatever. I'm working on a cracker recipe and I like it. The first time I made it, I took a picture of it. I showed y'all it and I was like, tink, tink, tink. Look how crunchy this is. And tink, tink, tink. Look how hard this is. Delicious. Really good. Simple. But I wasn't satisfied. It's weird. I want you guys to know that when I put together a recipe, if it doesn't taste like a regular person's food, if it doesn't taste like regular food, I really don't want it. If I accept the fact that maybe this is as close to real as real, whatever it is I'm trying to get to, all right, I'll take it. But I just won't throw something together and then say, hey, here you go. So this cracker recipe, I'm excited about it because I do think it works in the way that I did it for the first time. And I think it'll satisfy the super clean keto eaters. All right. I did it again and I'm going to do it again today too. All right. I'm making crackers every day right now. The second thing that I did is, and I haven't even added this to my Amazon department yet. I invested in this. Okay. This is a tiny little bag. It is pure organic sunflower lecithin powder. I would say that if you are going to get any lecithin, if you ever buy lecithin, try to get it in the liquid form. I wish I had. I didn't realize that I'm going to have to convert every bit of this to liquid as I use it. So, but let me tell you something. I added a little of this lecithin to my cracker recipe yesterday, and I ended up with a totally different, wonderful cracker. Cracker number 1 was delicious. Cracker number 2 was delicious. And I think I can play with it a little bit more and get cracker perfection. Sunflower lecithin is actually healthy. Did you know that you could go down and buy lecithin, sunflower lecithin, not the soy, y'all. And it is wonderful for your digestion. It is great for your skin. You can actually mix this. I could take this and mix it into my moisturizer, put it on my face, and it will literally soften my face. This does magical stuff. It binds things that shouldn't bind. What is that and what does it do? Sandy. It is lecithin. So over the course of my journey, constantly doing these keto crates and doing product reviews, and I'm always flipping them over and looking for the ingredients. And what do I find? Lecithin. Lecithin, sunflower lecithin. I look over here, and just over and over and over again, lecithin. Even in a non-keto product, lecithin. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is it? And why are they doing it? Well, let me give you an example, because it's, yes, very prebiotic, Mickey, and is also a natural preservative. So, for instance, I'm going to take that lecithin, it's over here. I'm going to take this lecithin, and I'm going to put it in my bread recipe. It should actually help it become even more bread-like, and I would be able to leave it in my cabinet and not have it mold. It is a natural preservative, softener, binder, emulsifier. And I know that gets into the geeky stuff because this, look, it's kitchen alchemy. I'm getting a little bit more sciencey. I'm thinking to myself, if these companies can put this stuff in their products to give them that something that you're missing, right? Yes, Andy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like it, and it's hard to find research. I mean, you can find what is lecithin, why is it used, how much. You know how they say to use this? This is craziness, and it's calling on every bit of strength I have because math was not my strong point. Fractions and percentages, everything else. So it doesn't say use a quarter teaspoon or a half a teaspoon. It says typical usage 0.5 to 2.0% by weight. What the hell is that? For real. Like, what does that mean? That means I have to take my flour, okay, whatever my flour is, and somewhere in that ratio, figure out how much to use. If you're using powder or granules, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So I went with, what was it I went with yesterday? A half a teaspoon. And you have to let it sit in water or sit in liquid for at least 10 minutes before using it. So I did that. But when I put my stuff together yesterday, those crackers were off the chain. In 30 minutes, they were completely cooked dry. When I bit into them, it was tender, yet it was crunchy, yet it was flaky, and all because I added this little magical thing to it. And I'm going to pull this up because, ow, Chihuahua, I want you to know, oh, my son is wanting me to play video games with him today. Isn't that wonderful? Me and my 35-year-old son are going to play video games. Here, let me pull up benefits of sunflower lecithin. There we go. And then it should get, okay, so sunflower lecithin naturally lowers your cholesterol. Now, it is a good thing for your cholesterol. It is a scientific proven thing. So it improves heart health, aids breastfeeding mothers. And I knew that it sounded familiar to me because which daughter was it who was having hella trouble? Oh, it was my daughter-in-law who was having trouble breastfeeding. And someone recommended a product, a natural product for her to take to help get her milk flow going. And it was sunflower lecithin. And she took that and wham, her breast milk came in beautifully. Helps improve digestion, may fight dementia symptoms, soothes and moisturizes skin, and it has zero risks and complications. This one I bought to try for my first time, and it was not cheap. I'm going to tell you, it was $14.99 for this tiny little bag. And this is from the Modernist Pantry, Kitchen Alchemy, organic sunflower lecithin powder. Okay. Magical ingredients for the modern cook. This stuff is used in ice creams. It's used in baked goods. You ever eat a chocolate bar and you think, oh my God, that's so silky. That's so smooth. How do they do that? And you go home and you try it and you're like, mine's kind of hard and mine's a little chewier. And why? Because they add a little lecithin to their chocolate. It's truly amazing. So I'm going to let you know. You're going to hear me talk about it. And it's not going to be just for sweets. It's going to be, like I said, I am going to put it in my crackers. I'm going to put it in my bread. Obviously, I have a bread recipe that does not call for it. But I'm going to do a modified version that does call for it. And yeah, I'm excited about it. Life goes on. I'm the type of person, before I was keto. Oh, God, I'm going on way too long today. I got a feeling. So before I was keto, again, I was the type of person who went through phases and stages. I would wake up in the morning and skip my breakfast, and then I'd come along and I'd want a couple of sandwiches and maybe some chips and a Diet Coke, and I'm good for lunch. And I'd be perfectly fine with that, you know. I wasn't overeating it. I wasn't overdoing anything, you know. I'd enjoy my yogurt and my berries, and, you know, that night we were having a big old salad and maybe some barbecue and whatever. Good. My main problem, okay, my main gig was when my eating disorder would kick in. It's sort of like a cycling alcoholic, if you will. Like, I could eat good and clean and wonderfully. My problematic times would come along when I would be like, you know, getting ready to start my period, that 10 days before my period. All of a sudden I started getting hungry. You know, I started, like, I don't care how much I ate, it was never enough. And therein lies my problem with food. Sometimes it wasn't hormonal. Sometimes it wasn't my period. Sometimes it was an emotional response to whatever was going on with my life. And again, rather than cope or deal with it, there goes my binge. And when I binge, y'all, I binged. Like, I could go through some groceries. Other times you know, maybe it had to do with environmental. If it's cold and it's winter and there's nothing to do and you're home alone, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, stress. So you can become stressed out and overeat. Is it one thing? No, it's that cycle of life of what you're doing, basically. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do the same thing. I want to make bread so that I can enjoy my sandwiches again. Call me dirty keto. I don't care. I'm going to have it if I want it. You know, I don't think it's any more healthy to eliminate everything out of your life and blame it on something like an addiction, or blame it on something. We already do. Like, I understand how you could be triggered by certain foods, but what if you're eating keto and then all of a sudden you're told, no, you got to eliminate that too? Well, wait a minute, it's on the keto approved list. No, you can't have that one anymore. Okay, so we're going to a new level of keto, so you can't have any of those sweeteners anymore. No, you cannot have the blueberries. No, you cannot have the raspberries. No, you cannot have the strawberries. No. I mean, girls, guys, I remember when I very first tried keto in 2016, and I posted a picture of my breakfast with strawberries, and I got jumped all over. I had a handful of strawberries on my plate, and people lost their ever-loving mind. Do you know how many carbs there are in that many strawberries? Did you know there are less carbs in strawberries than there are in tomatoes? Oh, you know, it's one of those things. I don't like saying I'm dirty keto. I don't like it. You know, I've said it. I really have. I've said it, but I don't like it. It implies that we're dirty, or we're not as good, or we're not doing it right. And I want to tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with it. Maybe we shouldn't even call it keto anymore. It's an insult. It really is. Because we're not actually low carb. If we were low carb, we would eat things like wheat, and we would eat things like corn, and we would just make sure that whatever we're eating fits in our macros. We could even have sugar if it fit in our macros, right? So we're not low carb. But because we are not perfectly in line with the guidelines, then we're called something else. So Lisa said, I just had blueberries and Ready Whip. Yeah, there we go. Jerry, I've often said I need a lobotomy. Because my problem is between my ears, but I bet I still overeat. Sometimes we do. Oh, Jesus, I don't even know who that is. We're just going to delete that. All right. I'm popping these up. I thought it was a preservative. It is, Michelle. Michelle, the lecithin is a type of preservative, but it is natural. Do you know that in the Ayurvedic, in the Indian culture, even in Chinese culture, they've been using sunflower plant and seed as medicinal for health benefits for years. Us Americans, we think we're so, we got it going on. But I tell you what, over the years, when you start learning about different supplements and different plants and herbs and things that have been used successfully by other countries and nations for hundreds or even thousands of years, and we're over here like, we just want our prescription medicine, please. I think it is. I mean, it's like if we can't make money on it, we don't want people to know about it. But this stuff like this, I mean, I don't care if it's teas, poultices, herbs, seasonings, these kind of things, chia seeds, Aztecs, they did all this had all this wonderful superfoods, and we call them superfoods, but they're not. They're mainstays over in these other places. I've used their products before and have them in my pantry. Awesome, Sandy. All right, guys, I'm winding down. I don't know. Did I sound too disconnected today? Sandy said, I'm glad you post all kinds of stuff. I'm stuck home and going to be cooking all day. Thanks for help with food. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all yesterday what I did. So, as you know, I do not like drinking water, and it is obviously super cold outside. Yes, it is. And the less amount of water I drink, and God dang it, one day I only had 2 cups of coffee. And then later, that like 6 o'clock that night, I had a Diet Coke. That was my only liquid for the whole day. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting there and my mouth is like, I doing this. I'm like, I'm so thirsty. I do want to drink. I'm thirsty. When I do that, I know better. Do it one day, not so bad. Do it 2 days, no water. I start getting dehydrated. I showed you all my fingers. I'm going to tell you by Sunday morning, yesterday was Sunday morning, my fingers looked like I had been in the pool. They were so dehydrated. And my scale was up 6 pounds. 6 pounds, y'all. So I did something yesterday. Whatever. I don't care what you say. I'm just going to tell you what I did, and you take it any way you want to, all right? So I made that batch of crackers yesterday. Prior to making that, I had a pork chop left over from dinner the other night, and it was cold, and it was in the refrigerator, and I just chomped on it. One of those bone-in pork chops. So I chomped on that, and then I went ahead and I made my batch of crackers, which it doesn't make it a big batch. You would have to actually make like a double or triple batch to get like a bag of crackers going on. But I made my crackers, and then I ate every single one of them. I've got some Bavarian yogurt. Oh God. And it's kind of liquidy in a jar. And I put some savory with it, and I dipped it, and it was so delicious. Then I just skipped that yogurt, set it aside, and got me some straight up butter. And I was doing butter and crackers, and I was in heaven. And by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I guess 2:30, I had plowed through in a matter of 2 or 3 hours all of my crackers, every single bite. So all I ate yesterday was crackers with butter, a couple of bites of yogurt, and 1 pork chop. And then I did nothing. I ate zero. I had not one sweetener, no dinner by 2 o'clock. I ate a whole thing of crackers. I had like 100 grams of fiber yesterday. What do you expect? What do you think happened? What do you think happened? Hey, Rita. Hey, Angie. Michelle, it's great to have a conversation with someone who says it like it is. I'm tired of all the commercial people. I'm like you, up and down, premenopausal. There you go. Oh, well, here's what happened, you guys. I started drinking water. So I got on my video game yesterday with my brother and a friend of ours, a family friend. And we started playing. And we played until almost midnight last night. And I just set my my cup of water down. And it's amazing how I couldn't drink water sitting there watching my phone. But I started with a video game, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm playing, and I'm playing, and I'm playing. And I'm like, I went through 4 of these. I drank a gallon of water yesterday on top of all that fiber. Do you know I woke up with 6 pounds of water weight gone, 6 pounds of inflammation, 6 pounds of woo-hoo gone. Yes, Angie, right, Angie. And with that butter, it's all slipped right out. Yes, ma'am. I had to go to the restroom this morning, and I was like, We got ready to get in the shower, and I was like, ooh, yeah, baby, down, back down to my end of my keto weight there, my 30-day challenge. Got it back down. Stepped on the scale again. I was like, let's double check both. Okay, shall we? Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to read a few comments because I really am on a thing today, I guess. Mickey, you did fine. I miss you. I'm looking forward to visiting with you. Hopefully this summer. Love you. Got to go. I love you too, sweet lady. You have to take care, hon. He's my cousin up in Nebraska. I'm just going through here. Jerry, I've perfected a home Chipotle ranch with avocado dressing. Oh, God, I got to. And that tastes like a Chosen Foods brand. If you have a way to contact you, I'll send it. Well, Jerry, I don't know if you do Messenger. You might not do Facebook, but if you do Messenger, you can contact me, Nancy Childress. You'll see my face, and we can connect that way. I think it's a nice, safe way for people to connect without giving up, information, because you obviously wouldn't post yours publicly, and I'm not posting mine. But I think that would be perfectly fine. Or I can send you an email. Here, I'm going to type my email for everybody who wants to get in contact with me. This is my business email. This is Nancy at... This is long. Keto for real life. Jesus. People. Why did I choose such a long name? .com. All right. So that is my business email, y'all. And you can send me emails with, please make sure they're keto related. Messenger is fine with, hey, Nancy, can I use a teaspoon of that instead of this? Yes, but please do not send me an email asking me that, or I will delete you. Just saying. I'm not going to go down that road. All right. Is it snowing? Rita wants to know. Oh, and Jerry asked me too. So it is not snowing at the moment, y'all. It is winter white. We got about 8 inches of snow sitting out everywhere, plus ice underneath it. We're not expecting any more snow today or tomorrow. I think it's done for the time being. There's no going outside. It was, what did it feel like this morning? Oh, -8 degrees. Yeah, it was super chilly. Lots of accidents. Right now we are at 10 degrees. Feels like -5. There's a 10% chance. And then tomorrow, a 9% chance. High 27 tomorrow. Wednesday, 28 degrees is the high, with 100% chance of more snow. And then Friday, it's going to go into the 40s, and by next week into the 60s. That's one of those times, what they say about Texas. Just grab your beer and hang on. Let's go. All right, y'all. That's my live for today. Something to mention, and I did not get it because I'm sure the weather is delayed my shipment. But I'm going to do my end of the line commercial here. Yeah, heat wave. My commercial today is about Perfect Keto Collagen. As y'all know, I did a 30-day Perfect Keto challenge, 30-day challenge in January. And I loved every single day doing collagen. I'm out. I'm out of the chocolate. I'm almost out of the peanut butter. And I almost out of the snickerdoodle. The collagen, you guys, is wonderful. I'm going to tell you something really quick, because when it goes back to the start of this with the sweetener thing. Okay, so guess what? They just are releasing. Hold on, son. I'm finishing up a live, and then we're gonna go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's my grandson. All right. So when it comes to perfect keto collagen, it is so delicious, you guys. It only has 3 carbohydrates per scoop. It is sea salt, natural flavors, gum acacia, stevia leaf extract, and some beet juice for color. That is what's in the new strawberry keto collagen. Oh my gosh. I ordered it a week ago last Monday. It should have been here, but we started getting ice and stuff last week. So no telling where it's at. It is on sale. I think y'all know that I put it over here. Let me check here. Yes. So strawberry keto collagen from Perfect Keto. Delicious. Let me see here if I can go back and give you the deets on it. Buy once, $36.99, or 4 interest-free installments of $9.25 if you choose Afterpay. If you subscribe and save 15%, it becomes down to $31.44, and you can get it on a monthly subscription. There you go. I did a commercial. You don't have to have it. You don't. But I'm going to tell you, I love it. It's a wonderful way to get your collagen in. I love putting it in my coffee with the chocolate and stuff. But the strawberry that they're coming out with, I'm looking forward to putting it with some almond milk and a little bit of heavy cream. It's going to be delicious. I love strawberry milk. And I'm sure that I can find something to add it to and make it wonderfully strawberry-ish. Maybe like a strawberry cake or something like that. All right. Yes, I'm sharing links. I'm going to share link. Let me hold on to the second here. Copy, paste. We're coming over here. Strawberry collagen. Here we go. I'm going to collagen. Just please use my link. And if you do share, that would be wonderful for your friends and people who know love it. Let me put this in here for you. And of course, there's that. Give it at that. And voila. Yes, it does taste good in water too, but I do like almond milk, and I'm willing to go get that extra carb just so that I can have that creamy deliciousness, or coconut. It would be awesome. All right, y'all. I'm fixing to call this done and done. Have a wonderful day. There's hubby. He's like, I'm hungry. I'm coming out here to eat. I'm going to make me some crackers. I'm going to eat that.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, he already has this. Cindy. Oh, it was Angie. Have a great day, Nancy, and see you next.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, guys. Remember, fats first, moderate protein, low carb, and keep it keto, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.